morning. We're now in the hands of Ms. Lisa Lambert.
This is the pre-meeting of the Mobile City Council, Tuesday, May the 9th. We have appeals. We have appeals for waiver of the noise ordinance on May 13th on Japonica Avenue from 4 p.m. until 9 p.m. On Moffett Road on June the 2nd from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. Africatown Heritage House on July the 8th from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. July the 14th through the 16th in Cathedral Square from 3 p.m. until 10 p.m. Texas Street on July the 29th from 10 a.m. until 12 p.m. Marine Street on May 13th and 14th from 3 p.m. until 9:30 and 3 p.m. until 7.
Okay. Everybody good?
Public hearing today is a public hearing to consider approval of a certificate of public convenience and necessity to Far West Side Limo and Shuttle to operate a shuttle service. Presentation of petitions and other communications to the council. Lou Lateef, Senior, I would like to thank the city council. I'd like to thank the city for co-sponsoring the Armed Forces Day. Sharon Ingram discuss business license issues. Dennis McGuire asking for funds to help replace worn out exercise equipment at Connie Hudson Senior Center. Nettie Pendleton, environmental justice in local communities. Marvin Liu requests documentation for the written policy regarding no-knock warrants. Katie Herndon, concerns about annexation. Shalila Dowdy, annexation. Sabrina Mass, annexation. Roosevelt Edwards, annexation. Reggie Hill, clarity on annexation. ARP, performance contracts and discretionary spending. And Reverend Milton Sappho, annexation. Ordinance is held over. 01023, ordinance to amend Chapter 44, Article 4, Mobile City Code, entitled Historic Preservation.
Any questions or comments from the council?
No, but I don't know who's going to sign up to speak to this today. There's still a little rumbling out in the community about it. I expect it to pass unanimously today based on the meetings and conversations we had everywhere else. I think it's a solid compromise. So if there are some concerns today, I think they should be heard and if necessary, consider it. But I think we've done all we can do to get to where we are.
Okay. Madam Clerk.
Consent resolutions held over. 37447 and 448 are recommending approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a lounge retail liquor class 2 package store license to Viking Liquor Store on Halls Mill Road and Viking Convenience Store on Halls Mill Road.
I'm good.
CIP resolutions held over. 21503, authorized contracts with Watkins AC Strunk Design for new tennis court, pickleball courts, and associated parking at Crawford Murphy, Hillsdale, and Stotts Park. Resolutions held over. 21293, authorized performance contract with Friends of Mobile Historic Development. 01467, authorized agreement with the state of Alabama for 3 Mile Creek Greenway Trail, Section 6 North, increasing by $500,000. 21476, authorized change order number 2 with McCrory Williams, Inc. for design and engineering services for the 3 Mile Creek Greenway Trail, Section 3. 21479, authorized contract with McElhaney Construction Company for construction of the 3 Mile Creek Greenway Trail, Section 6 North.
President,
Yes.
just a comment about those three. We asked that they be held over this week from last week. And the reason why was because we had some financing aspects of these things that needed to be corrected. And they were a part of the match. And that was done. We had to create a resolution to move capital over into grants. And the amount of $125,000 for the first one, $100,000 for the second one, it's $21,476, and $138,000 for $21,479. Those resolutions are in today's meeting, and if we could get those resolutions passed today, then we can get these 3 projects passed as well. So I just wanted to bring that out. I did pass the resolution. resolution. They are, oh, 09544 and 09545.
So we need to move all of these up, is that what you're saying?
No,
No,
just take them up today.
Just,
That's what.
yeah, the 09544 and 09545 move to consent.
And table 01467, 21476, and 21479, is that correct?
No,
No.
no.
Leave those in there so we can vote them all.
They're grant matches. I'll explain it after.
Council, are y'all good with that?
I'm good with it.
Yeah, okay. William?
Yes, sir.
08504, approved purchase order to Carrier Corporation for chiller at, for Ben May Library. 08505, approved purchase order to Carasoft Technology Corp. for annual subscription for Microsoft 365 Cloud Backup Software. 08506, approved purchase order to Leads Online LLC for annual subscription renewal for crime investigation software. 08507, approved purchase order CDW Government for a subscription renewal for Malwarebytes protection software. 08508, approved purchase order to Mike Hoffman Equipment Services for rental of gas tank for municipal garage. 25509, accept easement from the Mobile Housing Authority to construct the trail and trailhead for the 3 Mile Creek Greenway Trail. 31510, authorize a grant application to the Department of Homeland Security. Report Security Grant Program. 6511, 512, 513 are authorizing settlement agreement and release of claims. 02517, 518, 519, and 520 are declaring the public good requires that certain territory shall be brought within the city limits of the city of Mobile pursuant in accordance with Title 11, Chapter 42, Article 3 of Mobile City Code. Okay. Consent resolution is being introduced. 03521, appoint William Carroll to the Mobile Planning Commission. 03522, appoint Herman Thomas Rodney Toomer, Justin Bixler to Citizens Parks Recreation Advisory Committee. 31523, authorize a grant application to the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs for the fiscal year 23 Project Safe Neighborhoods Grant Program, $40,000, no match. 31524, authorize a grant application to the U.S. Department of Agriculture Forest Service for the USDA 2023 Inflation Reduction Act for Urban and Community Forestry Grant, $5 million, no match. 60, 525, 526, 527 are approving award of special bonus to the Public Services Employee of the Month, Public Works at Large Employee of the Month, and Parks and Recreation Employee of the Month. 60, 528, 529, and 530, 531 are determine appropriations to Kingdom Covenant Connections, Inc., Future Leaders Working, Mobile Law Enforcement Foundation, the courtyards at Magnolia Grove Property Homeowners Association serve for public purpose and approve payment. Resolutions being introduced. 01532, authorize agreement between the City of Mobile, ALDOT, and the Mobile County Commission for Regional Transportation Operations Program Congestion Management. 01533, authorize agreement with Peyton Hickman to provide tennis lessons and clinics for Parks Recreation Department, $80,000 per year. 08534, approve purchase order to Capital Tractor Inc. for 2 utility carts for Parks and Recreation Department, $32,949.74. 08535, approve purchase order to Global Industries for office furniture for Office of Professional Responsibilities, $36,684.03. 08536, approve or purchase order to North American Fire Equipment for hydrofusion rescue struts with accessories, $35,178.50. 08537, approve purchase order to Coast Custom Mobile Vending LLC for enclosed trailer for MPD, $35,690. 08538, approve purchase order to Sandy Sansing Ford Lincoln for replacement engine for Ford ambulance, $25,666.97. 08539, approve purchase order to Sun South for John Deere Moore for Parks Department, $27,100. 08540, approve purchase order to TSA for notebook computers for Mobile Fire Rescue Department, $22,800. 08541, approve purchase order to CDW Government for surveillance cameras and accessories for Police Department, $26,168.25. 08542, approve purchase order to Sun South for 2 John Deere zero-turn mowers for Parks Department, $34,866.24. 08543, approve purchase order to Sun South for John Deere grooming mowers for Parks Department, $60,153.56. 09554, 544 and 545, transfer funds from capital project CIP Greenway Trail sections 1 and 2, 100,000, and for Greenway Initiative to Project Mobile Greenway Initiative, $263,773. 09546, transfer funds from unassigned general fund to various capital projects in the Capital Improvements Fund, $40,550,000. Okay.
Mr. President,
Yeah, Mr. Reynolds.
the parking lot resurfacing for city facilities, I'm not familiar with that one. What facilities are those for?
Various facilities throughout the city, including like, Virginia Broad, what is called the Peterson.
I think we got the whole list. I think Nick, yeah. There was,
in the budget this past year, there was $500,000 put in it for parking lots. And so as we started going through it, we identified more than that. And we got some spot repairs in there as well. Some of the areas that are they're bigger than potholes. They're just a series of potholes. Here's a map of the entire thing.
y'all can keep that or for me, that's a copy.
This is exactly what I was after. Thank you.
Anyone else? Madam Clerk?
09547, transfer funds from Public Facility Improvement Fund to Miscellaneous Grant Fund as match for the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs state-funded electric vehicle charging infrastructure grant program, $40,012. 21548, authorized contract with Bill Smith Electric for installation of emergency generator at Mobile Police Department, First Precinct, $68,200. 21549, authorized contract with McElhaney Construction Company for Phase 2 construction of the 3 Mile Creek Watershed Restoration Project, 12 Mile Creek Bank Stabilization. 31550, authorized a grant application to the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs for the state-funded electric vehicle charging infrastructure grant program, $200,060, 20% local match. 37551, consider approval of a certificate of public convenience and necessity to Far West Side Limo and Shuttle to operate a shuttle service. Announcements.
Council?
Oh, wow, we went through that in 19 minutes. Woo, boy, I tell you, it's tense, huh?
The internet can be all you
Oh, Mr. Day?
Question on the Civic Center, the design contract. The populous plan showed the expo hall coming down. I had to look at it right quick. I can't keep reiterating this. Expo Hall is 40,000 square feet of the most usable space that we have, or one of the most usable spaces that we have in the city. I just don't think we should tear it down. And that needs to really be considered. It is extremely useful. We don't know what we may need that for in the future, and there's no other place built like it in the city. That is a solid masonry type 4 constructed building with able to stand winds that very few other buildings in the city can, and I think that it should be kept. Now, that's my personal preference, but it is a extremely useful building, and I'm pretty sure you guys, or everybody in here, is aware of it, and it can be extremely useful to the city going forward, and I do not recommend it come down. So as we go through this design process, believe me, I'm just going to be honest up front. If a design comes back where it shows it's gone, then I'm going to fight against it, because I think we should use it. I really do. It's needed for the public. It'll be very useful to us in the future.
Mr. Davis?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is it's now been a couple of weeks since we closed McGregor Avenue, almost 2 weeks since we closed McGregor Avenue. And just to refresh everybody's recollection, we were having 18 or 20,000 cars a day use that piece of road. And all those cars have had to be diverted into alternate routes. And I would just like to commend the police department, the fire department, city engineering staff, traffic engineering, everybody who's had a hand in making this work. Because to be frank with you, it has worked far better than I anticipated it would work. Minor disruptions. I've heard from really just a few people about problems they've encountered, had some suggestions. Some of the suggestions have been very, very good suggestions that I know engineering has implemented. And, continued vigilance on the part of the police department would be much appreciated, particularly in the Landfair, Yester Oaks community, enforcing those stop signs and speeding. But again, just kudos to everybody who had involved in coming up with that plan, the signage. I mean, there are multiple pieces of that plan, and as I say, I think it's gone very, very well. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Ms. Gregory?
If we can go back to the resolution on the surplus, I just want to look at the citywide small asphalt repairs. It's on the list. This is something that we've been talking about for some time that we thought was needed in order to not just fill potholes, but actually mill up the street a bit where there are a number of potholes, and then have to go back and lay a bigger swath of asphalt. This is really what we make our utilities do when they come in and they make cuts in the street. We make them come back and do a longer section of asphalt, not a full resurfacing all throughout the street, but at least in a wider section so that we don't have the same problem that we've been having for so many years. We fill a pothole, the asphalt comes up, we go back out again and again and again. So I think this will be a savings for us in the long run, because it will enhance the longevity of our streets, I think, and also cut down on the complaints we get with the potholes constantly having to be refilled. So I'm really happy to see this in here.
One more thing on the Civic Center parking facility. Let's not forget that there's a form-based requirement, and that the facade of that parking lot doesn't need to look like a gray slanted commercial parking lot in the standard commercial quarter, and you know what I mean? It needs to have a facade on it that matches the overall character of everything we're developing down there. So, just thinking out loud before before we walk into an issue like that. The Boys and Girls Club Center and Pantry. What's this fund?
I'm sorry.
This, oh yeah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
Mr. Reynolds?
Yeah, on to Mr. Carroll's point, this is just transferring the money over. So when those contracts come up, I'd ask that we have a presentation or something to show us what this thing's gonna look like.
Which thing? Oh, you talking about?
The parking deck, you know, or when we get our design back for Civic Center, all that stuff, so we know what to expect.
Yeah, go ahead.
The design for the parking deck is nearing completion, but that was approved, I don't know, 6 months ago, but this is for the construction contract. which
Understood.
obviously a low bid, state law.
Just whenever you complete the design.
So this is for bid and award services?
This is just transferring it over.
It's just transferring. This is transferring.
Oh,
So we can bid it.
so you're saying that you have an elevation in the concept already?
Yes, for the parking deck?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd like to see it. Because if there's gonna be a fight over it, I want the fight to be done before we get to put the contract on the agenda. And when I say fight, I mean, there's gonna be neighborhood and community concerns. I want those to be done before it goes on the agenda.
It's consistent with the ARB approved design of the other stuff on site, so that's good.
We'll get it to you.
I understand, but you and I, we're not the last say so sometimes. There's 27,000 people out there that may not be happy with what you and I are happy with.
I think it'd be mitigated just when we get the design back. Just we'll set up a quick meeting or presentation, just like we did with Civic Center with Populous, and we'll be able to work out any differences then.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I think as long as we're not presented with a design that is a done deal, that it is a design that is open to making changes if they are needed.
Needs to be done ahead of time, because once they get to 65% of CD, they're not going to want to change anything without in addition to the design contract.
Anyone else? Mr. Penn? Anything from the administration? Okay. None today.
Say again.
All right. We see each other at 10:30.
It's gonna be 2:00 before we get out of that council. Oh, yeah, we already got 11 signed.